What's up, y'all? Pierce Fitness here. I would talk about some fat. What you know about fat? It makes you look ugly and round and bulgy. You don't look like Santa Claus when you're out on the beach. That's basically it. Now, do you know how many calories it takes to make 1 pound of fat? From what I've done in research, it says 3,500 calories. So, technically, if you want to lose fat, you have to be in a calorie deficit. And taking these fat burners obviously do help, but they could be dangerous and many side effects from jittery, nervousness feelings to just insomnia. And really, is it worth taking the risk? It may be for some people, but I really don't recommend it. I've tried them once and I just didn't like it. I've learned that actually counting my macros and getting to a point where I'm actually in a calorie deficit helps me lose fat while maintaining a healthy diet and exercise. Oh God, I sound like one of those damn P90X commercials. Anyways, this is way cheaper than P90X. Now, what I would recommend before you start doing your dieting, exercise, and become into a calorie deficit is first count and see what your macros are. These people kill me out here that claim to be bodybuilders. They're claiming to put on tons of muscle, but they only know what their basic micro or macronutrients is going on within themselves and what they're ingesting. They don't know if they're taking in 200 carbs or 500 carbs, or 200 grams of protein or 400 grams of protein. All they're saying is they're thinking it hitting a basic amount, and that's it. A calorie is a calorie. It doesn't matter where it comes from. They're always the same. It doesn't matter if it's a good calorie or a fat calorie. Well, a good calorie would just be like a carb or a protein, pretty much. Beside the point. Anyways, first figure out what your macros are. And after you figure out what your macros are, what you've been ingesting for a week, look at the numbers, and then you start adjusting slowly. You taper some off. Like, say you're a 200-pound man, you notice that you've been getting 300 grams of protein per week. Or per day, per day. Is it really necessary to have 300 grams of protein? I don't recommend it. Some other people may say yes. But if you're losing fat, I wouldn't recommend it. It's just my opinion. You can do whatever you want. Now, let's say you had 300 grams of protein that you've been ingesting per day, 150 grams of carbs, and 120 grams of fats. First, I would cut down your fats by at least 10, and also cut down your protein 10. And your carbs, I would leave it the same for a little bit longer, until the numbers are kind of equal between the three. Then, I wouldn't go below 230 grams of protein for just my protein intake. Carbs, I would suggest lowering those slowly over time, just 10 carbs per week, nothing else. And also, you don't have to have a complete, steady, straight diet every week, per week. You could have one off day, never count your macros, and eat and just pig out. Because after you lost 15 pounds, you're feeling great anyways, and that you're probably going insane not having your sweets and everything else. But you can have it in moderation, but it just doesn't satisfy you. You could probably take one Saturday off and pig out. You can go to CC's, pile that thing full of barbecue pizza, the taco pizza, the cinnamon rolls. Ooh, it's making me hungry. Anyways, because it takes 3,500 calories to make a pound. And with even eating that crazy amount of pizza and all the carbs, you think it's going to put a pound back on? It might put like a third of a pound, a half of a pound, but you're going to lose that within the next week anyways. Plus whatever else you're going to lose. But during your calorie deficit, you do not have to be completely strict on eating healthy foods. It could add, oh, for God's sakes, a Pop-Tart in there. But not a full Pop-Tart. That's like 35 carbs in one Pop-Tart. And then if you're hitting just a certain amount, let's say you're hitting 120 carbs per day, and 35 grams is right knocked off the top. That don't leave you much for any other foods that you would like to try, eat, taste, enjoy. Especially if you're going to a CC's Pizza or a Golden Corral, Saltgrass, any of these type of places. Saltgrass may work because it's a steak place. Anyways. But just start off slowly in your calorie. What I really recommend for some people that I work with, like they want to lose fat. They're like, I hate having this horrible middle section. What can I do? I say take your weight times it times 12. And that's how many calories you're going to start out for the first couple of weeks. And get used to that. and figure it up. How many carbs you're taking in, how many fats you're taking in, and how many grams of protein you're taking in. And keep in mind, these people are not weightlifters. They barely do any cardio. They say they may walk. I can't really trust them. Anyways, that's what I tend to start off with. It's times it by 12 and take up what you're doing every week. And then adjust it to certain moderations of each one. Then slowly cut down on your calories. Like one woman told me she's like, I love coffee and I have it every single morning and I have 6 creamers in there. I'm said, okay, that's fine. You can have your coffee and you can have your creamers. But it has to fit into your calories. And which you got to start off slow or you're just going to lose it. You can't just go straight up diet. Like you can't go straight up retard. Alright, y'all. This is Pierce Fitness, and I'll get more into this dieting and fat loss later on. Right now, I got to head out and do some work. Peace out.